Hello, and welcome to Uncle Bob's Mad Accountant site. Today we're going to be working on Chapter 5, Problem number 7. And we're going to be dealing with two companies, the Yost Company and the Noon Company. Now for the Yost Company, it will be the first one we're going to work on. We need to find sales returns and allowances, gross profit, net income, profit margin, and gross profit rate. Let's go ahead and get started on that. Let me just move things over. A little too far. Okay, right there. All right, we're ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we have to find right here our sales return and allowances. Now we're going to use the net sales formula, which says sales revenue minus sales returns and allowances equals net sales. So let's plug in the numbers that we have. We have 84,000, which is our net sales, minus 90,000, minus sales return and allowances. So let's just move this around a little bit. So now we're going to move sales return and allowances to this side of the equation. And so now we have 84,000 plus sales returns and allowances equals 90,000. Move it around a little bit more, and sales returns and allowances equals 90,000 minus 84,000. Now one of the great things about Excel is you can actually use it as a calculator. So we're going to do that right now. So you put in the equal sign, and then we're going to take the 90,000 minus the 84,000. Just hit the enter, and that gives us that number there. A little hard to see, so let me make that a little bigger. Yeah, not that big. Right about there. Okay, so now we can take that number right there, right-click, cut, and we can put it right here in the sales return and allowances, and we'll have that number right there. Okay, the next part, we're to find the gross profit right here. Gross profit equals net sales minus cost of goods sold. So we happen to have that. Net sales is 84,000 minus the cost of goods sold, which is 58,000. So let's plug that in. Again, just hit equals 84,000 minus 58,000. And again, we'll make that a little bigger. And there's our answer, $26,000. Again, we're going to cut that. Come right here, and we'll paste it. Okay, the next thing we've got to find is our net income. Now, net income, over here, looking at our formulas again, net income equals gross profit minus operating expenses. Now, our gross profit we just figured out is $26,000, and operating expenses is $14,830. So again, let's plug that number in right here. So there's the 26,000 minus 14,830. Again, I apologize for having it a little small. And that's 11,170. Again, we'll just right-click it, cut, and paste. Okay, now the next part are the profit margin and the gross profit rate. So let's do the profit margin first, since it's right here. And so that equals, again, we're going to use our Excel calculator, the net income, which is what we just calculated, $60,170, and we're going to divide. And this time, if you hit the right bar below the comma key, and that's your divide symbol, and we're going to divide that by the net sales. Again, net sales is 84,000. Whoops. That equals 13.3, and we're going to list that as a percentage. So we'll put that over here. We'll just go 13.3%. Again, make that a little bigger. Okay. Whoops, that didn't say. Okay. Now we're going to figure gross profit rate. Gross profit rate is gross profit, which is 26,000. We'll put that in right there. And again, we're going to, whoops. Now you notice I forgot to put the equal this time, so if I hit that, it wouldn't have done a calculation. So we'll try it again. Equals 26,000 divide by the net sales, which is 84,000. And that gives us 0.31. Again, we want to have that as a percentage, so we'll just come over here and put it as 31%. And make that a little bigger. And there we go on the first part. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause it and set up for the next part of the problem. Okay, I'm back. Alright, the next part we're going to figure out is the sales revenue. So here it is. We've got 100,000, which is our net sales, equals sales revenue, which we don't know, minus 5,000. All we got to do is move the 5,000 over here, and that will equal our sales revenue. So again, using our Excel as a calculator. Oops. Let's do that again. Okay, as you can see, I forgot to put the equals in front of it. I'm just going to cheat real quick and do that. Okay, there's our answer, 105,000. So we're going to take that, cut that, paste that up here. Okay. Now, we're going to do the next part. We're looking for the cost of goods. Now, this is the formula we're going to use. Gross profit equals net sales minus cost of goods sold. So again, just kind of what we did. So we've got 40,000, which is the gross profit, equals the net sales, 100,000, minus cost of goods sold. Again, move the cost of goods sold around, and we get here 100,000 minus 4,000. So we'll just do that real quick. Whoops. I'm sorry, that's 40,000. Whoops. Okay, do that again. All right. I don't know why I'm getting that. Okay, there's our answer, 60,000. So we're going to cut that Again, we're going to paste that right here. And we'll take that, make it so it looks good. Again, we're going to pause it to set up for. Okay, I don't want this to go along too much farther, so let's just kind of hurry things along. Same thing. We have our net income equals gross profit minus operating expenses, and so I just kind of went it through, and here it is, 40,000 minus 17,000 equals 23,000. Again, we're just going to cut that and paste it. Now, I also did the profit margin, net income divided by net sales. That equals 0.17 or 17%. I did the other one here, 0.4. That equals, basically, we'll just make it 40%. When you're looking at things like this, you got to make sure you're looking at the same kind of companies. In other words, if the Yoast company was a software company and this was a seller of sewing machines, you couldn't compare them by going out the profit margin and all that. You need to basically have the same type of company. As you look at this, the profit margin for the Noon company is 17%, which profit margin industry average is 5.1%, so they're both doing pretty good. But you look over here at the gross profit rate, the Noon company is definitely still doing better. Industry average is 34%, and the Noon company's above it, and the Yoast company's below it. So I'd go with the Noon company if I was going to invest in it. That's just my thoughts on it. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please post them. I'll be glad to get back to you. If you need any help with Excel or anything like that, I'd be glad to help you. Thanks, and hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.